today is going to be a first impression on the foundation I am wearing on my face right now. It is the Diorskin Forever foundation. I finally got my hands on a sample. It's only taken like a month. It's not a cheap foundation, so I didn't want to just go out and buy it and possibly get the wrong shade before I actually got to test it out. By the way, this eye look here, I did do a tutorial on. It probably won't be up until after this video, but it might be before. I really don't know. It just depends on my whole editing skills and how fast I can get these done. So if you watched my last first impressions on the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation, you probably already have a gist of what you're going to expect in this video, but I figure I'll just give you a quick rundown again anyway. First things first, how does it apply with a brush versus a sponge? I did not actually use a brush today. I just used a sponge. I'm not that big of a fan on using brushes. It's not something that I use all the time. Secondly, does it cling to any fine lines and wrinkles, any dry patches on the face? Third, how does concealer blend out over top of the foundation? Does it move or does it just blend out seamlessly? How powders go on top, like my setting powders and my face powders, whether or not it clings to the foundation. The most important one out of all of these is it has to last 12 plus hours for me, with flawlessness. It just has to. I have my foundation on for a really long time. I feel like I say this in almost every single one of my videos, and it's kind of repetitive already. If you're one of my subscribers, you already know. It's I say it all the time. But I have my foundation on for 15 plus hours a day, so it needs to last over 12 hours. And I know a lot of foundation brands do not last over 12 hours. It's just a cutoff at 12. And I'm like, no. Half of them don't even last 6 hours, so let's get real. How does it wear in warm weather? It is kind of warm here in New England. It's not super hot or anything. It's been in the mid to high 60s. I think it's supposed to be 70 degrees today, so we'll see how it wears while I'm out and about. Does it rub off on clothing? Most foundation usually does, but some doesn't rub off as bad, and some is oh my god, you just completely destroyed somebody's shirt if you go to hug them. So I'm going to do that test. In my last first impressions, I did check-ins every 2 hours just to update you guys on how the foundation was wearing. I'm not going to be doing it every 2 hours in this video. I thought that was a little repetitive and too crazy for me. It was constantly back and forth in between the camera, so I don't want to do it every 2 hours, but I figured I would do it every 3 to 4 hours, and then I'll do a boyfriend check. But I am extremely busy today. We are going to be going out and stuff, so I'm going to try to get my boyfriend in here ASAP so that we can kind of see how we're doing, and then we're going to go out, and then I'll do my last check-in late tonight. Let me just read off what the website says about this foundation, because I'm actually really excited after reading some of this. It says, Diorskin Forever, perfect makeup, everlasting wear, pore refining effect. There are 24 shades. The shade that I got is 020, which is light beige. I just done the check in the Sephora computer to see which shade matched my Estee Lauder shade that I was currently wearing, which is Ecru. If anyone is curious at the shade that I wear from Estee Lauder, it's just Ecru, which is 1N2. First off, I have to say that it definitely matched my skin perfect. Oh my god. I'm actually really enjoying this match a lot because I think it almost even looks better than my Estee Lauder match. I'm not gonna lie. I really like it right now. A description, it says, from morning to night, a perfect complexion for 16 hours. Luminous matte finish, a flawless complexion, and an unprecedented comfort in any circumstances. I have to be honest, when I was putting it on, it felt just like my Estee Lauder foundation. It does feel really lightweight. The only thing I wasn't too happy with was that it didn't dry down as fast as my Estee Lauder. It still felt kind of tacky, so I did set it with my face powder just so that it didn't move around or anything on my face. New formula enriched with the Poreless Effect Skincare Essence refines the skin's texture day after day. So this foundation is actually kind of supposed to be skincare in a bottle as well. It's supposed to actually refine your skin as you're wearing it. It says that it's now available in 28 shades, but I was only seeing 24 on the website, so they must have added 4 extra shades somewhere. They're just not showing up. Diorskin Forever Fluid Foundation gives every woman the opportunity to find the ideal match to enhance her skin tone with stunning perfection. Exceptionally fine mattifying powders instantly create the perfect luminous matte finish. So after reading about it, it just sounds really nice, but my initial thoughts, while I was putting it on, you guys will see in the demo, I have to tell you right now, so far, I really, really, really like this foundation. I finished applying it at, I think it was 11:05 this morning. Forgot to look at my phone, unfortunately. It is now 2:19, and I have to say, it still looks just like it did when I first applied it. Okay, so I have a sample of the Diorskin Forever foundation in 20 light beige. I have to be honest, it does look a lot like my Ecru from Estee Lauder. I'm just gonna go ahead and moisturize my face. I've become like obsessed with this moisturizer, guys. Like, this is amazing. The new Urban Decay Hot Springs. Oh my god. It is my favorite. Just gonna prime my face with some Smashbox Photo Finish Radiance Primer. I just got this a few weeks ago in a haul. I absolutely love it so far. Apply this like all over the face and then blend it out with my beauty blender. Oh my god, wow. This looks exactly like the color of my Ecru almost, seriously. Initial thoughts from just doing one side of my face. It blended out like a dream, just like my Estee Lauder. It's still a little tacky. My Estee Lauder dries pretty quickly, but the coverage is crazy nice, like seriously. And it matches like so perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side of my face. Don't have anything bad to say about it right now. Seriously, it looks really, really, really good. It covered up like all my little pink on my cheeks. I don't know, it reminds me a lot of my Estee Lauder. I know in other review videos on this foundation, people said that it had like a really strong smell. I don't smell anything at all. I'm gonna go ahead and do my concealer now. Maybelline Age Rewind Illuminating and Brightening Concealer. I always put that down first. And then this is just my Tarte Shape Tape. And the color Light Sand. And I'm just going to use my L'Oreal Concealer Sponge. My foundation around, which is really, really good. Of course, it just, I think with me, because I have really, really wrinkly eyes apparently, the concealer and foundation are settling in my fine lines, but once I go in and set it with powder, that's okay. But so far I think it looks really, really good, so I'm gonna go and set it. Done. It does feel like it is drying down a little bit. Not too much. It still feels a little tacky. There is a little bit of transfer on my fingers. I think I'm going to go ahead and set it with some powder. I'm just going to use my Tarte powder. I don't really like it, but I'm trying to use it. Much better. Okay, I'm I'm gonna go ahead and do my eye makeup and stuff, and we'll come back and we'll do bronzer and contour. Okay, so I did do a tutorial on this eye look. I don't know if it's gonna go up before this video or after this video, so it'll be on my channel though, so you can look out for it. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze my face, but so far, I forgot to show you guys the time when I was done doing my foundation. It was actually 11:05 a.m. when I finished. It is now 12:25 p.m. My eye makeup took me much longer than expected, but I'm just going to go in and bronze up my face with the new Hoola Light Bronzer. And so far, I'm really liking this foundation, which I'm really surprised because I didn't really think that anything else would impress me like my Estee Lauder, but so far, I'm really liking it. I know you guys probably can't see this Hoola Light Bronzer with all my lights and everything on, but it is an amazing bronzer for us pale skin ladies. Everything seems to just blend in perfectly so far. Like, I cannot complain about this foundation. But I'm just going to go in and contour now using my usual, my Lorac Pro palette. You know, I've done this a million times, I feel like, on film, but it's just blending out like a dream. Like, I'm really liking this right now. Because sometimes certain foundations, like, it leaves like all of your contouring and your bronzing looking like really streaky and patchy. So this is doing like a beautiful job. Crazy eye look. I'm just gonna really chisel out my contour today. Because I have like such a crazy eye look going on, like, kind of want to go with like pink blush, something a little pinky pink. No, I'm just joking. Actually, I don't know. Am I joking? I'm gonna attempt it, and I hope to God that this does not mess up my whole face right now. I've only ever used this like maybe twice since I bought it a few years ago. So super pigmented. Like, I'm barely even touching my face with this brush, okay? Definitely a blush that like a beginner should never try to use because you could very easily mess up your entire face. And then I'm just going to go over it with a fluffy face brush. It doesn't have anything on it, just to kind of like make sure it's really blended out nicely. But I think that's the perfect amount of blush, honestly. Alright, I'm just going to highlight my face. I am using my Becca highlighter. I actually did use it in my inner corner as well. Goes with this eye look really well because it's funky. I'm just gonna wipe this away. My face is done. It is now, let me show you my phone. It's 12:34. So I'm just gonna shut the camera off because it's dying right now. Makeup has now been on for almost a complete 4 hours. I have to say, I'm really impressed so far. It doesn't settle in any of my lines on my forehead, which is really nice because I make a lot of faces all day long. Especially this line right here. It doesn't like cake up, which is just so fabulous because usually stuff cakes up there and it just does not look good. It's very upsetting. My chin so far looks pretty decent. It just looks really like flawless and almost like natural skin, like someone who just has like really flawless, beautiful, radiant skin. So I am really impressed with it so far. I did take it down my neck even though I really didn't need to because the match was just like ridiculously close to my skin tone. Like, I was so shocked. So yeah, by the way, I did have lunch and I was wiping my mouth and I haven't touched my makeup to freshen up anything. And it didn't wear away or on my lips or anything, which is amazing because honestly, usually every other foundation besides my Estee Lauder wears off around the mouth first because of eating and drinking. This has not, and it's like so amazing. Next check-in is going to be with my boyfriend, and then I'm going to do one last check-in late tonight after I'm done doing all my errands and running around and going to my mom's house. Alright guys, so it's 3:21. My boyfriend is here. We're going to do the boyfriend check-in. Alright, so, honey. Go ahead.
I think you look beautiful today. I mean, I'm loving this eye look.
We're not here to talk about the eye makeup. We're just here to talk about everything else.
Oops. I thought I was here to be a critic.
No, I don't really think he likes my eye makeup. When he came in earlier, when I was putting it on, he kind of looked at me like I was losing my mind.
I was messing with her, Jesus.
But anyway, the rest of the makeup. How does it,
Looks pretty good. There's some slight crackages, but it's nothing major.
Where?
No.
No! I'm like, where? Because I've been looking at myself like crazy in the mirror.
It's just the normal crease areas.
Oh, my chin.
Yeah,
yeah,
just
that's
the normal stuff. There's nothing major going on.
I could have set that a little better, I think, but it's okay.
There's nothing major going on.
How about my forehead, though? Because my forehead is usually a problem area for me.
I see one line here. That's it. It's just a normal area right here between your eyebrows.
Can I have a mirror? Do I really look like this right now? Because I've been thinking I look halfway decent.
Well, I just so happen to have an eagle eye.
Okay, I do see what he's talking about. My lovely, what do you call this line? I mean, it's not settling into it. It's just it's a very pronounced, defined line on my face. So you can kind of see where it would be. And then my chin, which is always an issue for me. I think I could have set that a little bit better with some setting powder. I didn't really go too crazy with it, but I thought it looked halfway decent.
I've told you. Yeah, it looks great.
It look good?
It looks good.
Okay.
It's minor. Nothing major.
Like, does it remind you of my other foundation?
No, not at all.
What's the difference? I feel like
I'm being tricked over here. This is a setup. Is that what's going on? Is this like set up your boyfriend week? The follow-up questions are like...
Anyway, alright, you know what? No more questions. Let's do that. I don't have any more tissues, so we have to use toilet paper. I ran out of tissues, so yeah, let's just see if anything comes off.
That's pretty good.
There's only one little spot, and I think it's where I pushed into my chin. So, other than that, this foundation does stay really, really matte, like it said in the description, so I'm extremely happy with it. I personally think it looks better than my Estee Lauder almost. That's why I'm asking silly questions.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Does it look like the Estee Lauder? Because in a sense, it reminds me a lot of my Estee Lauder.
Yeah, it blends pretty good. It does. It definitely blends pretty good.
Okay, honey, you're done. So, yeah, I guess it's kind of boyfriend approved.
If I had 3 thumbs up, that's what I would give it.
Okay, thank you, honey. Alright, my next check-in is going to be late tonight when I get back from my mom's house, so we'll see how well it holds up. And, yeah. Okay.
Alright.
No peace
And
out?
that's all.
And that's all?
Peace.
Alright guys, so this is my final check-in for the day. It is going on 11 o'clock at night. My makeup has now been on for 13 plus hours. I am really, really excited to say that this makeup looks amazing still. Like, I cannot lie. The only thing as I'm looking at myself right now in the mirror that I'm noticing, obviously, is my eye makeup is looking like crazy. But, it definitely looks kind of dry on my skin. I know that it is a mattifying foundation, so I'm kind of wondering if that is why it looks extra dry. My Estee Lauder kind of just goes with my skin. It doesn't make me look oily, but it doesn't make me look dry. It just makes me look normal. So this is kind of like drying. I'm kind of wondering if I should have set my makeup with like a dewy skin mist or something instead of just my chill makeup setting spray. It still looks really good. Like, obviously that line down in the middle of my eyes is kind of emphasized a little bit. It did wear away a little bit at the chin area from me like constantly like this all day long. My nose looks fantastic, I have to say. It's not greasy, it doesn't look oily or anything. It still looks really good. My highlighter lasted like a really long time on it, I have to say. My eye makeup just is looking a little crazy though. Other than that, I'm very impressed with this foundation. Like, that is insane because it's very hard for me to fall in love with another foundation ever since I found my Estee Lauder. So I have to say, I really do like this foundation. I do think that maybe when I can get a sale on it, like with my Sephora VIB, I may purchase it. It's because I think it looks really good, I have to be honest. Like, even for this kind of like late night look, it still looks decent. Like if I still had to run out to a store or something, like I wouldn't be too ashamed to go out in public like this. Like, I still think it looks pretty good. I am going to do a close-up for you guys to see. Like I said, I mean, my forehead still looks pretty decent. You can kind of see where it is starting to look a little cakey in my fine lines. And like right here, this line on my head is just ridiculous. But you can kind of see it. Will emphasize. My nose still looks really good though. It doesn't look shiny or anything. The cheek area looks pretty decent. The chin though looks, you can kind of see the red coming through from where the foundation wore away. I did have dinner and everything and drinks and whatnot, so I'm kind of surprised it didn't really wear off around my mouth from wiping, which is awesome. My eye makeup looks just like god awful. I apologize. But yeah, I mean, for having this on my face for 13 plus hours right now, like, I'm really impressed. I don't know how it would last, like, in super hot weather, because, like, summertime is a big deal for me. Like, I have to have something that's really going to stay on my face like super glue. So that would be interesting to definitely try in, like, some more humid kind of weather, but I definitely think it did an awesome job. So I'm really impressed with it. But yeah, guys, I'm really tired. It's late at night. I just want to go take a shower, take my face off, and go to bed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review on this foundation. If you have any questions or comments, just leave it down below, and I will get back to you in my next video.